Hola, muy buenas. ¿Qué tal estamos? Bien, ¿no? Aquí también todo bien. Entonces, ¿empezamos con la lección? So, in the last couple of lessons, we were learning how to decide on a place for a vacation and book tickets. Then, we also learned the usage of Spanish language to deal with basic situations at the airport and the railway station. After reaching your destination, you will need a place to stay as well, isn't it? And it's important to reserve one before you start the journey from home, especially if it is during peak season. How do you say peak season in Spanish? We say temporada alta. Well, there's so much more to learn. So, let's get started. What is the first step? While planning your itinerary, you also make reservations for rooms in a hotel by calling. Reservar una habitación por teléfono. That is, to reserve the room on telephone. So, when you make a call, the receptionist pick up the phone and she is wishing, Buenas tardes, Hotel Arco de Iris. Good afternoon, Hotel Arco de Iris. Diego, nuestro amigo, our friend, is calling them. So, he also responds by saying, Buenas tardes, good afternoon. Recepcionista asks, ¿En qué puedo ayudarle? Diego says, queremos reservar 2 habitaciones por 2 días, del 21 al 23 de febrero. He's saying, we want to reserve 2 rooms for 2 days from 21st to 23rd of February. Once you are clear about the dates, the time of arrival, it is easy to find out what kind of room you want to stay in. That is, if there are choices available. For example, a room with a balcony with a view of the mountains or the sea or the valley. The receptionist can help you here with the options and the associated cost. To make it easy for you to decide, so now what do? The receptionist is now asking, ¿prefiere usted con balcón y con vista al mar? También diga si quiere con baño o sin baño. She's asking, would you prefer a room with a balcony and with the sea view? And also let me know if you want it with or without a bathroom. Diego responds, ¿Cuánto cuesta con balcón y baño? How much would a room with a balcony and bathroom cost? Response recepcionista. She says, con balcón y baño será $2,500 por una noche. Sin balcón y baño será $1,200. She's saying, with balcony and bathroom, it would cost $2,500 for a night. Without balcony or bathroom, it would cost $1,200. Diego says, entonces, mire, me gustaría reservar con balcón, con vista al mar y con baño. He says, then, look, I would like to book one with a balcony, with the sea view and with the bathroom. Recepcionista, un momento por favor. Sí, tenemos 2 habitaciones disponibles para estas fechas. She's saying one moment and then she says, yes, we have 2 rooms available for those dates. Now that the rooms that you prefer are available, make sure that all the facilities that you need are available along with the room, and don't forget to ask for confirmation. Diego confirma y dice, maravilloso, llegamos el 21 entre las 11 y las 12 y salimos el 23 por la mañana. He says, wonderful. We arrive on the 21st between 11 and 12 and leave on the 23rd in the morning. Recepcionista, 2 noches entonces. She says, it's for 2 nights then. Diego asks, ¿incluyendo el desayuno? That is, including the breakfast? We need to ask this because some hotels provide breakfast, whereas some don't. So, recepcionista says, sí, sí, con desayuno. She confirms it. Diego says, estupendo. Great. Now the receptionist of the hotel is confirming the booking. Now listen carefully. She says, Señor, 2 personas, 2 habitaciones individuales, con desayuno, entrada el 21 de febrero y salida el 23 de febrero. She's confirming the booking and says, Sir, 2 single rooms for 2 people with breakfast. You are arriving on February 21st and the departure is on February 23rd. Diego says, Eso es. That's it. He asks, ¿puede confirmarme esta reserva por email, por favor? La dirección es buenviaje@gmail.com. Diego says, the reservation, can you confirm the reservation by email, please? The address is buenviaje@gmail.com. Recepcionista says, muchas gracias, señor. Ahora mismo lo confirmamos. She says, thank you, sir. We shall confirm it right away. Diego says, gracias, buen día. Thank you, good day. She also responds, buen día. Now, let us move forward. We booked the hotel in advance, we took the flight and we have reached our destination. So, when we arrive at the airport, the first thing we would look for is whether our guide would come to receive us, or we have to find our own way to the hotel, or any other place we are staying. In case we are taking a taxi, let us get going with making a call to the taxi service. For your information, at the airport, you will find booths or cabins that will help you book the taxi. Llamada al servicio de taxis. Call to taxi service. When you call and the phone rings, recepcionista del centro de servicio de taxis says, Servicio de taxis, diga. This is taxi service? Yes. Diego says, Oiga, ¿es el servicio de taxis? Hola. He says, is this taxi service? Hi. Servicio de taxis. Sí, señor. Diga. Yes, sir. Tell me. Diego says, necesitamos un taxi para llevarnos del aeropuerto a nuestro hotel en la ciudad. He says, we need a taxi to take us from the airport to the hotel in the city. Servicio de taxis. Enseguida. Deme su dirección del hotel que dentro de 5 minutos llegará el taxi al aeropuerto. Right away. Give your address. It will take just 5 minutes for the taxi to reach to the airport. Taxi arrived, and now that we have arrived at the hotel, let's go to the reception. En la recepción. In the reception. Sofía y Diego acaban de llegar al hotel. Sofía and Diego have just arrived at the hotel. Están en la recepción del Hotel Arco de Iris. They are at the reception of the Hotel Arco de Iris. Sofía. Buenos días, tenemos una reservación a nombres Sofía y Diego. She says, good morning, we have reservation in the name of Sofía and Diego. Recepcionista. Buenos días. Sí, tienen reservadas 2 habitaciones por 3 días. ¿Me permiten su identificación? Good morning, she says. Yes, you have 2 rooms booked for 3 days. Can I see your identity proof? Sofía says, aquí tiene. Y necesitamos nuestros pasaportes cuando paseamos en la ciudad, ¿no? She's asking her. Here it is, and we will need our passports when we travel in the city, right? So, be ready to give your identity proof with photos. It can be your passport, driving license, or your office ID card. So, recepcionista says, claro, ya se los devuelvo inmediatamente. Les voy a dar 2 habitaciones en el 5º piso, 501 y 502. Son preciosas. Cada una tiene balcón con vista al mar. Estoy segura que a ustedes les van a gustar mucho las habitaciones. What is she saying? Of course, I will give it right back to you, the passport. And I'm giving you 2 rooms on the 5th floor, 501 and 502. They are beautiful, each having a balcony opening to the sea. Sofía says, bueno, gracias. ¿Ya han traído las maletas del taxi? She says, great. Have they got the luggage from the taxi? The recepcionista says, sí, las han traído. Nosotros las subimos ahora mismo. Les voy a dar las llaves. Los ascensores están ahí a la derecha. She says, yes, they got them. We'll bring them up right away. The lift is there on to your right. The receptionist will tell you the number of the floor and the rooms you are getting. Once you have the room keys and the directions to get to it, your luggage has been put in your respective rooms. You can enjoy your stay now. Now we are going to hear the conversation between Diego and Sofía. In the hotel, to see some situations where we may need to use mucho, más and muy. Let's read the following conversation carefully to see what they have to say and where do we use them. Conversación. Diego y Sofía are in their rooms and they like them and they are talking about it. Sofía says, en este hotel estamos muy bien. ¿Qué piensas, Diego? She says, we are very comfortable staying in this hotel. What do you think, Diego? Diego says, a mí me gusta mucho. El ambiente, especialmente. Muy tranquilo. I like the ambience, especially. Very peaceful and calm. Sofía says, es que este año trabajas más que el año pasado. Tiene que relajarte mucho. It is that this year you are working more than last year. You have to relax a lot. Diego says, ¿Quieres tomar algo? Tengo mucha sed. Do you want to have something to drink? I'm very thirsty. Sofía says, es que yo también quiero comer algo. Tengo mucha hambre. She says, I also want to eat something. I'm very hungry. Have you noticed the words muy, mucho, más used in the above conversation? Will you be able to deduce the meaning of these words? Yes, you're right. Generally, when you want to say or express very, you will say muy. And when you want to say or express a lot or many, you will say mucho. Más means more. It is an adverb used in comparative and superlative sentences with adjective, verb or after a noun. For example, ella es más linda que su hermana. She is more pretty or prettier than her sister. Más linda, more pretty or prettier. Tengo más trabajo que tú. I have more work than you. Más que tú, more than you. ¿Tienes más? Do you have more? Necesito 2 cucharas más. I need 2 spoons more. Quiero el ordenador portátil más caro de la tienda. It means I want the most expensive laptop in the shop. Es la que más trabaja de la clase. She's the one who works most in the class. You must have observed muy can have only one form. It is an adverb. So, it does not change with the number and gender. Mucho, muchas have more functions. It is an adjective, an adverb, and also a pronoun. When it is used as an adjective or pronoun, it has 4 different forms because it must agree in gender and number with the noun. So, masculine singular would be mucho and masculine plural will be muchos. Feminine singular would be mucha or feminine plural would be muchas. Let us see some examples. Tienes mucho trabajo. You have a lot of work. Hay mucha paella. There's a lot of paella. Ella estudia mucho. She studies a lot. Ella tiene muchas novelas. She has many novels. Tengo muchos amigos en Barcelona. I have many friends in Barcelona. Let us now go to some other situation and see the usage of muy, mucho and más. Sofia and Diego are having a party and Sofia asks him, ¿Has invitado a muchas personas para la fiesta? She's asking, have you invited many people for the party? Diego says, bueno, tú tienes más amigos que yo y ya les he invitado. He says, well, you have more friends than I do and I have already invited them. Sofia says, sí, y te llevas muy bien con mis amigos. Muchas gracias por invitarles. She says, yes, and you get along very well with my friends. And thank you so much for inviting them. Diego says, de nada. Y sabes, te he traído muchos regalos para tu cumpleaños. And he says, you're welcome. And you know what? I have brought you many gifts for your birthday. Sofia dice, te amo muchísimo. She says, I love you very much. Now, let us practice more. In the conversation below, Diego is talking to Elisa. He is telling her about Sofia. Again, pay attention to the usage of muy, mucho and más. Diego says, Sofia es muy inteligente. Estudia mucho, como mínimo 8 horas al día. He says, Sofia is very intelligent. She studies hard, almost 8 hours a day. Elisa says, mi hermano sabe mucho de literatura griega. Ha escrito un artículo muy interesante. She says, my brother knows a lot about Greek literature. He has written a very interesting article. Diego says, ¿te interesan obras de arte contemporáneo? Are you interested in works of contemporary art? Elisa responds and she says, sí, mucho. Me encanta ir al Museo Reina Sofía, donde tienen muchas obras de arte contemporáneo. She says, yes, a lot. I love going to the museum Reina Sofía, where they have a lot of contemporary art. With this, we come to the end of this session. Hope you enjoyed the travel with Diego and Sofia. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.